I am glad to inform Kenyans that I have today assented to the bills as a sign of my commitment to political reforms.
On this day in African history, the 2nd of December 1991, Kenya transitioned to multi-party politics. It all started when President Daniel Arap Moi gathered more than 3,600 KANU delegates in Nairobi for what many expected to be a routine party conference. For hours, loyal speakers took the microphone to condemn the idea of multi-party politics and defend Kenya's one-party system. Then, in a stunning moment, Moi stood up and announced that he would lift the ban on opposition parties and open the door to multi-party elections. The delegates, shocked and unsure how to respond, anonymously agreed. Yet Moi quickly insisted he had not challenged his views, saying it was pressure from Western governments, the foreign media, and economic realities that forced his hand. Hope rose across the country that this could finally end Moi's long and unpopular rule. But the opposition soon fractured. Instead of uniting behind one candidate, the main anti-Moi leaders split into ethnic and personal rivalries. The powerful movement called the Forum for the Restoration of Democracy, FORD, was divided into two bitter groups: FORD Asili, dominated by Kikuyu supporters under Kenneth Matiba, and FORD Kenya, backed by mainly Luo supporters under Oginga Odinga. A third party, the Democratic Party, led by Mwai Kibaki, further split the Kikuyu vote. Instead of building a united democratic front, many leaders focused on capturing State House for themselves, weakening their collective strength. Moi used this division to his advantage, with full control of the state machinery, mobilizing provincial administrators, diverting public funds to the KANU campaign, and applying pressure on opposition candidates. The electoral boundaries were also redrawn in ways that heavily favored KANU. In some areas, opposition strongholds needed 4 times as many voters to win a parliamentary seat as KANU strongholds. Provinces with small populations that supported KANU received many seats, while more populated opposition regions received fewer. Safe KANU constituencies averaged around 28,000 voters, while opposition areas averaged around 52,000 voters. Voter registration was also manipulated. The government shortened registration periods and delayed issuing identity cards, effectively preventing over 1 million young Kenyans, mostly in opposition regions, from voting. Meanwhile, registration levels in the Rift Valley, Moi's base, were disproportionately high. Even the Electoral Commission actually lacked independence. Moi appointed a chairman who had previously been declared bankrupt and removed from the judiciary for misconduct. Through the campaign, provincial officials openly acted as KANU agents. They controlled permits for rallies, distributed money and food on behalf of the ruling party, and used security forces to disrupt opposition meetings. In at least a third of the constituencies, opposition candidates could not campaign freely. In the Rift Valley, for example, 17 constituencies designated as KANU zones went completely uncontested. Time Kenyans voted in December 1992, the opposition was divided, the system was tilted, and state power was fully behind Moi. He won the re-election not through genuine popularity, but through carefully engineered political strategy that kept him in power and delayed Kenya's democratic transition. Next, on this day in African history, the 3rd of December, the United Nations Security Council authorizes a UN force called UNITAF in Somalia.